Okay, another handgun to review. Another one of these guns from Turkey, the SAR9 Platinum, which is a unique gun. They had a big sale at Sportsman's Warehouse, and they had a bunch of these in there, and I got the last one. I guess the Platinum is for the finish. So, because they had a bunch of them, they're black, and they actually cost less. So we get the brochure, which that can go. We get our manual, lock, sticker, okay, with all the extras. Now this one here is pretty interesting. You got the pistol itself, which is this is a Glock-like striker fire gun. I believe these come with 17 round mags, and I believe they're available with 9 rounders for states that don't allow you to have anything, more than 7 or 9 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever the hell the law is. So this one here is pretty interesting. It's more Glock-like, and I'll compare it to my Canak. I have a Canak that I really like that gun. But we got the pistol, and we'll look at that a little bit closer later. Got the mags, and they go to 17. We've got a spare magazine. Okay, and then this pistol here has interchangeable grips. These grip panels come off. Maybe I'll show you that. So you have the 2 spare grip panels, and they tell you in the manual there's 3 sizes: small, medium, and large, and they are marked inside where most of these are not. So I believe the mediums come on there. And also these little side panels, because I guess when you remove the back strap you can also remove the side panels, which will change the diameter. So you got that. You have a punch specifically to drive the pin out of the grip. And then you have this plastic cleaning thing and a little fluffy brush to help clean the gun. So, all very interesting. The Canak did come with a holster and all kinds of other stuff, and the back straps, which are a little bit simpler. They weren't marked, they just had 3 back grips, but we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Now there are different models and different packages of this. You can get this SAR9X or whatever. You can get it where it'll come with a holster or a light or some other stuff, but I guess this is the basic thing you get with them. And the reason I got this was the finish. I like the finish on this gun. That's why I got this thing. So we'll take a look at this, and I got a couple 9s around yet that I can compare it to. The Canak, which I really liked that gun when I bought it, and I got my old P9 from Springfield Armory. It's just a Tafaglio copy of the CZ pistol back in the day, and so we'll run them side by side, but I kind of like this, and we'll take a look at the gun here. Alright, so what do we got? We got a 9mm striker fired gun, and you have here on this side ambidextrous safety, so you got this added as a safety, ambidextrous. You got the red. And then you have a Glock style trigger, which that won't go unless you depress in the center. So Glock style trigger, Glock style striker fire, and manual safety. So that's kind of something. A lot of people don't like having the manual safety on there. I don't know if the other models omit it or not, but it's pretty, I like it. I don't mind it. Now, you got your magazine release here, which sticks out. They had another model. They got some that are more a competition style. And I mean the magazine release really sticks out. But this one's not bad, and if you look the frame kind of protects that, so you can't quite accidentally. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, you'd have to, if you bump on as high, it won't do it. But still, you can reach it fairly easily. And if you deliberately depress on it, your mag will drop out. So that kind of helps you. So when you don't accidentally bump it, or when you're gripping, your thumb actually goes into that groove and won't depress the mag release button, even though it's a little oversized, which is pretty cool. I like that. That's one thing already. And you got a rail up on the front of the frame. Pretty standard stuff. And this one, the frame goes the whole length of the gun. Where in some of the other models, and they got several models. Yep. And this here, when you chamber around, you see there's down in there a little red, got a loaded chamber indicator, safety. And this is single action striker fire, okay, just like on a Glock. And then what I really like is the 3-dot sights. And I do not know, let me check and see if these are adjustable. But they're easy to pick up. I can see these sights. Let me take a look at that in the manual while we're talking about sights. Okay, all they show you is the sight picture. There is like a little Allen screw on this rear sight, and I don't know if that goes right into it on center. I don't know if you can adjust this or drift it. In other words, like loosen the screw, move it. I don't know. But the front sight is not adjustable. And again, Glock style. They kind of look like a Glock style sight. And yes, this is the SR9. I guess this finish is just what's different, but this is the basic package. And if you go with the sports or whatever, they'll have slides that are different, and they'll add laser sights and a holster and all kinds of stuff. So you can get different versions of these guns from this company. Haven't heard much about them. I think I seen one review in a magazine, and what kind of got me is I like the style of it. The price was like $3.99 or something, and I got it for $4.26 or something with tax. If I bought a black one, the guy was trying to get me a black one because this was the last one like this, and he had to climb way up on the shelf to get the box. He was kind of getting pissed. But the black ones were like $40 or $50 cheaper, okay, if you wanted just a plain SR9. So that's about it for features. It's kind of standard with all your, the whole market's flooded with Glock clones or polymer pistols. And then this thing field strips the same way. You ratchet it back a little, pull down on this. Okay, field stripping this sucker, a little tricky for me. Make sure it's fired and, it's not cocked. Then just pull back a little, grab this black area here, pull down on it, kind of Glock style, get the slide off. There's a look at it there. Standard, like most of these guns. And that's your, well, I think you know how it works. So yeah, standard fare internally there. That's your slide, recoil spring. Looks an awful lot like a Glock. There's the recoil rod and spring. Barrel. Again, very Glockish clone. Yeah, and even the sight, all of that. Very much like a Glock. Pretty much a copy. So there you have it. Oh yeah, it does. It looks just like one of my, it probably is different to a degree, but it looks like one of my Polymer 80 builds. The way it's done in there, the spring and everything. But I don't know what Glocks run. They sure as hell don't run $3.99, I know that. Alright, so what I'm going to do while I got this part is clean it, and we'll get back, take a look at it when I put it together. Alright, so got all the packing crud out of it. So now we're going to try to swap these grips out. They give you this little punch with it. I'm going to set it here on the end of the table. You got to drive it all the way out or what? Here we go. Yeah, that is a roll pin. Yep. Drive it out enough, get the back out. These are the mediums. And you just, that just hooks up into there and goes in, and you got these grip panels. Look at these suckers. Medium right, alright. So what I'm going to do is, just for the hell of it, I'm going to find me the small ones. Yep. Small right. Okay, small right. Slide that in there. Medium left. Small left. And it just slides in like that. And our small back strap. What I do is I try one with each of the sizes until I find one that'll pressure. Goes in fairly tight. Get my little pin in there. Guess you'll know how this is, how this goes. Alright, and you want to kind of drive it in where it's below on both sides. So that's how that works. And now, to reassemble the gun. You get all the pieces. Okay, so assembly, disassembly. If you can disassemble a Glock or any of most of the pistols out there like that, you can fairly easily disassemble and assemble this weapon. Okay, and just slide it on back, and that's it. Now, I put the small grips on there because actually, even though my hands ain't tiny, I find that getting, like I used to have a bunch of Smith & Wessons with oversized grips. I'd always take them off and put the small factory grips on there. I liked them better than the oversized grips. At least not on the Magnums, not on the 44 or 357 Magnum. I always left the oversized grips, but on the 38s, I'd always take the oversized grips off. For some reason, it's just my preference. I kind of like that better, and I'm getting to where I can get my finger on the trigger and pull straight back. So for me personally, small grips I think I'm gonna like better. But I could always change them out and you know, try them out and see, because that's what I did with the Canac. The only thing that comes off is the rear portion, and I think they only give you 2. When I dig it out, I'll do a side-by-side of these pistols. Because that gun I bought quite a few years ago, it wasn't recently, and I really like that pistol. And I like to see if, you know, how this one holds up. So there we go. That's our whole, and this one here on the race models or the fancier models, they have a beveled mag well and extension on it and that. But this one here, the way it is, can't say it's beveled or, you know, highly beveled, but you can get the magazines in there fairly easily, even with a bad hand. So, pretty neat gun. I just noticed that the little base flares out. The base is flared a little. So when you grip it, your finger rests on there. I like that. I kind of like that. So I don't know. This would be a neat gun. And yes, it's a full-size gun. I believe this one has a 4.5 inch barrel. The Target models have 5, and I think the compacts have 4. I'm not quite sure. But this is a full-size gun. Really ain't a concealed carry weapon, but I kind of like the full-size ones. Well, there you go. I'll make another video comparing this to the Canac, and hopefully this week I'm going to get out and we'll run some rounds through this and see what it does. Alright guys.